Hi, everybody. It's us back again. 2 weekends in a row.
The camera.
I have the camera flipped. You know why?
This is
It
weird.
irritates
Come
me.
on the other side.
I know, right? It is weird, isn't it? The camera's flipped. I hope that doesn't offend anybody.
It's weird.
I hope no one is offended by the camera being flipped. But if I was to hold something up, you would see it in the correct orientation. Like, no, I'm not holding that up.
No, what? You would see Twizzlers.
We went to the movies last night, which is rare for us. We don't get to go to the movies as much. Volume. Oh, hold on.
Hold on.
Hold on. I don't have the microphone. Start talking. I'll get the microphone.
Uh-oh.
My bad.
Okay. We're working on the audio. Hang on a second.
Start with the Odyssey.
Okay. Can you hear me? I'll get close. First of all, cheers. Cocktail today.
Oh yeah, tell them what we got.
Okay, hang on. Gotta do something real quick.
A little bit of technology here. Once again, as we like to say every time, we're amateurs. Unmute the microphone.
Unmute.
And we're going to go to here. Microphone. Default microphone. Case 6. All right. That should be better.
Is it better?
All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Still here, but low.
Still low? We just put in the...
We have plugged in the new microphone. It should be better now.
Better. Okay, better.
All right.
Good,
All right.
good,
All
good.
right.
Okay.
So describe your cocktail
So,
first, because
we made a cocktail.
Renee invented a new one.
We put some watermelon in the blender, some pineapple juice, a little bit of coconut rum, a splash of cream of coconut. Was that it?
That's it.
A little Splenda.
Some ice.
Some ice. Blended it up.
It's like a slushy, only delicious.
Delicious.
We know we're ending this. It's also, the coconut rum is also from Kauai, which
I love coconut
adds to
rum.
both the validity of the coconut and the rum.
Yes.
Yeah, but we know the summer cocktail season is winding down, so we're gonna knock a few more out of the park while we.
Yes. And it is cold and fruity on a very hot day.
It's another hot ass day.
Hot ass day.
Another day from hell.
We had a busy day today.
We did.
We'll talk about that real quick. So we got up this morning. We did the Odyssey last night. We'll come back to that one.
Yeah.
Pause for that. That's a longer discussion. We got up this morning and were reminded today was the first day of early voting. Please remember to vote. It is important. Even if you are not voting, we're in the county, not in the city, so we have less to vote for.
Right. And
right
we're
now.
independents, so
We
there's
have
that.
less, but still important. There are things on the ballot. So even if you are MPA or you're in the county versus the city or what have you, depending on where you live, there's still important things on the ballot, like judges,
school board.
Can
I tell that story real quick? So the school board is nonpartisan here, okay, hypothetically. So we started, and we didn't know either of the two candidates. We'd never heard of either of the two candidates.
So we did some research.
Did 5 minutes of research. One guy, education background. The other guy, very generic, very like, who is this guy? He's a catering manager at a restaurant. It's all, and that's fine. I have nothing against catering managers at restaurants. If they want to run for office, God bless, go do it.
Amen.
But then I noticed in his friends list, he follows Evan Power, who is the chairman of the Republican Party of Florida. And I dug down. He didn't even have the common, like subtlety to go through his posts that are all pro-Trump, pro-DeSantis, pro-anti-woke, blah, blah, blah. So no, he did not get our votes.
No.
Did not get our votes.
We went in there and said hello to everybody. Full house of people volunteering. Love that. Took us
Yeah, always,
literally
always
2
thank,
minutes.
always thank the folks that are working at your polling
Mm-hmm.
place, folks. 99% of these people are unpaid volunteers
Yep.
who do a shitty job, and now in an environment where there are a lot of threats and
Shitty
intimidation.
job.
No, it's a tough job.
Oh,
It's
do a
they're
shitty
doing
job,
they're
not
in a shitty job.
yes.
They do great work. They're
No,
not,
they do great
yeah,
work here.
but they're in this environment now where they get threats all the time
Mm-hmm.
and intimidation all the time. They get called cheaters and liars all the time. So we always try to make sure that when we're voting in person, that we like tell these people, God bless you, good on you, you're doing the Lord's work, and they are. These people really have a real role to play in preserving this republic and our democracy, and God bless.
And I had no problems voting with my new name change. It's first election
Yeah.
that I have voted with a new name. So that was something. Oh, we're shaking. We're shaking.
I'm trying to reset this camera a little bit.
Um, what's going on?
I don't
Anyway.
know either.
Wait.
Someday we'll professionalize this operation, I promise.
Yeah. Sorry, y'all.
Today is not that
Today
day.
is
I got to get up at 5 in the morning and go to California. So today is not that day.
So we did vote.
Actually, we have to get up at 3:30 in the morning to get me on a plane to go to California.
Yay.
I told her I'd drive myself, but she wants to drive me to the airport.
So
I like it
we-
maximizing time with you, though.
I know, it's good. So we voted, we took 2 minutes, we said hello to the people volunteering. A bunch of people were out there for Nick. We posted pictures of
Nick
that.
Tesla, who's the guy we're supporting for Congress, a Democrat for Congress in CD2.
Yep.
Oh my God, the Republican for Congress.
Yeah.
His husband gave him $5 million. And, but his ads try to communicate that he is a manly Republican man, not certainly one of those people. It's amazing.
It's amazing. And he weighs less than me.
And it's very fine skin
He's very good skin. Anyway, I find that interesting, but
and offensive.
sort of offensive when men have really great skin. It's a thought. Anyway, but no, we did that. We popped over into Fresh Market, grabbed a few things for drinks and dinner tonight.
You skipped the whole farmer's market thing.
Oh, and then we went to the farmer's market because it was right next door to
The polling place.
the polling place. We early voting. The easiest one near us is the public library.
We still have them.
Which is great. It's a great public library, and I've used it for chapter meetings of an organization. We did a book group there for my professional chapter there that I hosted. Great people, wonderful. So next door, we went to the farmer's market. There's a great one, Cary Forest, when they moved the one from Market Street all the way up to Cary Forest. It was a little smaller today, but still had great things. We stopped.
We were kind of at the
We were at the very end because normally they end about noon, and it was about 11:30 when we got there. So we bought from the butcher. We bought lamb. What?
the butcher's name. I gapped on it. Yeah.
Grady.
Grady Farms.
Grady Farms.
Monticello, Florida. Grady Farms. Shout out to Grady Farms.
Monticello Farms. They had tons of different kinds of things. Today we went for the lamb. We got some lamb bones for stew.
Yep. That's some ground lamb, and I
ground
got
lamb.
a beautiful lamb shoulder.
Yeah.
Which I'm excited about all of it. Unfortunately, all of it's in the freezer right now because, of course,
Yeah.
I'm going out of town.
I picked up from the English. Oh, what's her name? Oh God, I messed it up.
English tea house or something.
The English lady, the English. Pull that. Look at those scones. I messed it up. I've bought things from her before, and it's wonderful up there.
British baking by Sarah.
The British baking, and love them. We got some scones and some clotted cream. I was so excited. They were even having problems getting it and shipping it in, but it was a treat. And then we went over to a jelly stand, which I love South because we have the most unusual jellies
Jams.
and
jellies.
jams and pickled things.
Oh, yes.
You can get anything.
We'll pickle anything in the South.
You can get pickled watermelon in the South. But we walked over there, and this guy looked over at Rick and says, "You know what? You look like Rick Wilson." And he was like, "I am Rick Wilson." He was like, "Oh man, I love you. I watch you." It was very funny. And they
We
are,
couldn't believe we live in Tallahassee.
yeah, Marie's
Marie's
jelly,
jam.
jams, and herbs. And I picked up some apple butter,
Some strawberry lavender jam.
strawberry lavender jam, and
Guava
pear
jam.
jelly.
We're excited about this.
Very excited. I will post pictures
I'm
of
gonna
all
have
of
to, I'm gonna have
this.
to bake to get some of this.
This strawberry lavender jam looks so good. I'm very excited. And the guava pear jelly. We also got, did you buy that vinegar?
I didn't buy the vinegar.
You didn't buy the
No.
vinegar? There was another lady there who has her own
Dairy.
dairy, and we ended up buying some milk, hazelnut milk, and chocolate. It was like chocolate hazelnut, and I got a caramel
Yep.
chocolate.
And some of you may have heard of this brand. It is our local,
Mhm.
farm to table supplier and organic supplier. It's called Orchard Pond, and Renee is the queen of spotting a good honey.
I love good honey. I do not like clover honey, and I do not like
Orange blossom.
orange blossom. I just don't like the flavor of it. There's something strange that I just always hits me wrong. And they had my girlfriends and we went to this thing over in
Their neighbor says the tiling is amazing.
Gainesville, and I discovered
Yes, LP.
gallberry honey. If you've
Mhm.
never had gallberry honey, try and find it. It is delicious. It is, it's not as sharp as some of the honeys are, and it's very smooth and it's delicious. And you can't find it all the time, but when I find it, I try and buy the big jar because I love gallberry honey.
It is quite something. And my sister and her wife do honey and
honey.
bee honey, and they are
Yeah.
they're such experts at it. It's kind of amazing. So yeah, that was our and
And
then we went to maybe shop for kitten, but we didn't find the right kitten. Sad to say.
there were lots of kittens.
There were two tuxies running around inside of their little
They were
tent.
in this little tent and they were doing circles. It was like a parkour course for cats. It was hilarious. But I don't want to get too, and I can't break up like best friends like that.
No.
I can't do it. But there was a couple other ones. Nobody like reached out and touched our hearts like Elton did. So
Yep.
he's like, don't worry about it. But they wanted to know about Elton. We adopted Elton up at Petco from Smitten with Kittens. So
Yes.
if you guys
If you're in Tallahassee, they're the people that will get you a damn good kitten.
find them on Instagram, find them on Facebook. They have tons of cute cats. You can foster if you don't want to adopt, maybe. Though I don't understand fostering because I would want to keep all of them. Anyway, oh, you did? This person adopted a tuxie there this morning.
Nice.
From them. And that's so sweet. I love that. There, right there.
Yeah, the
Peachy
one by Home
Bows.
Goods.
Peachy
Hey,
Bows.
Peachy.
Peachy, yes, they're good people too. We got Elton from there. So we're gonna keep looking. Elton really needs a high energy friend. Beaky is up in her lady years. Z is kind of like an older, cool cat, and Elton just wants to be the rough and tumble kitty. So we looked. We did not find anything though today.
Not today.
Not today. So
But
we're
the
gonna keep
day
looking.
will come. And you know, and Beaks is she's old. She's getting some miles on her.
Yeah.
And she cannot play.
But I think she is getting in a place because she's gotten a lot more lovey
And
and needy almost. Like she wants to be around us
all
the
the
time.
time. And at night, she used to sort of take her leave.
Yeah.
and sleeping in bed with us. And now it is every night, insistent. And during the night, she'll like make sure she pokes you to make sure you're awake.
God, this morning she was like pulling on my lips and sticking her finger up my nose and.
Last night she got under my armpit with her tail flipped over, like whacking it against my ear. It's like, I love this cat, but I'm gonna kill this cat.
I'm telling you, the tuxie. We are looking, I think, for a tuxie.
Yeah,
maybe. Because those two running around, like it was like one of those wheels, you know, the Supercross guys
right.
ride in the wheels.
Paws and claws. Yeah, I've heard about them.
Paws and claws. Actually, Z came from paws and claws.
Mm-hmm.
So
I love that we got some Tallahassee people on this.
I know, I do too.
We may have to do it.
The guy from Jams and Jellies, he was like, how long are you in town for? And we're like, we live here. And he's like, no.
No, you don't.
It's like, no way. It was very funny. It was
Great people, just terrific people.
so nice. We talked to them for a while.
If I had gone over to the pickled side of that table, I would have spent the afternoon there.
I kept him from the pickle side,
Yeah.
but I did have a lovely
I love a
conversation.
pickled item.
They had pickled watermelon.
I know.
They did. They had okra too. When I was talking to them about okra, and I was telling them how big our okra is, and they said you shouldn't let it go that long. They said,
We went to England. It was normal when we left.
and you
Now
have
it's like
to,
a foot long.
You have to pick it while it's small.
Yeah. So moving on to the business of the
Okay,
week.
so that brought us to
Oh no. Now, basically, right?
now. That was today.
We're
And
with you
so
now.
We're with you now. And then after this, we're gonna have dinner, and then he's got to go to bed because we've got to get up very early.
3:30.
Lightning struck. So we're probably gonna get a storm really soon. It's all around us. You can feel it in the air. So
Yeah.
things get a little hinky. You'll know why.
Yeah, I'm gonna make a couple of notes here. People have been asking a lot of political questions, and
We're getting there.
a lot of election questions.
We're there.
I'm just gonna give you a real quick.
We're getting the fluffy stuff, the fun stuff out of
Yeah,
it.
someone just asked a question about Bruce Blakeman running. I know Bruce. I've known Bruce for a very long time. He will get his ass beat like a rented mule. Attaching himself to Trump, where in a state where Trump has roughly 20% approval. Good strategy, bro. See how that works out for you. So we're gonna cross Bruce Blakeman off of our list. It is insane.
What chance? Oh yeah,
Yes.
we are definitely gonna talk about Jolly
Yeah, for sure.
because recent events.
Yeah.
We have to talk about the recent events too.
We can talk about the recent events.
Let's start.
You want to go through the list? Let's go
We
through
have
it.
a list.
We have a list. Okay, so everybody's asking about the wig. I got a lot of questions about the wig this week, and I'm no expert on male vanity when it comes to wigs,
No.
as you can tell.
That's cute. Like
I've been
that.
bald for a long time.
I like this.
I have a little.
He has a lot of hair in the back.
Shockingly-
He's not
Shockingly,
bald like this.
if I let it go, I get a haircut every 2 weeks at the minimum.
Yeah.
Because if I let it go, first off, the beard goes full Taliban.
Stop it! Don't say that.
Yeah, I can say Taliban. The beard goes full wild Russian mystic. How about that? Is that better?
Maybe.
And the hair will get very poofy very quickly. And on the top,
Yeah.
you can't see. It's a very fine downy layer of
Yeah.
fuzz. So as you can imagine, I have never once in my life worn a toupee, hairpiece, wig. Except I wore a wig as a joke one time in Park City.
And no hate on the gentleman.
But it was the wig from Before You Die. You see the ring.
Yeah, but no hate on men who I have friends who have chosen that. And you know what? If it works for you and it makes you feel more confident and better about yourself, more power to you.
But if
there's
you're
no-
a guy who's 80 years old in the public eye every second of the day, and you think you're going to trick anybody by putting a weave on,
And when you have a drastic change like that, it was like when Stephen Miller drew that weird like point on his head, like this.
I did, Cece.
And it was brown and it looked like it was crayoned or something on.
Yeah, it was.
It's like in the day before he was bald, it was like, no,
No, that ain't it,
no,
Chief.
looks bad.
And again, As a bald guy, I've lived with it. I just do it. I own it.
Mhm.
Looks like a ginger cat sleeping on his head. I thought it looked like some sort of like lemur fur that had been whipped into a frenzy. Um, we saw some of those creamsicle cats today, a set of triplets that looked like that color and consistency of his hair floof.
It did.
But
Mhm.
but guys, what you really get down to here is that vanity is one of the sole drivers under Trump's behavior. And the vanity of being adored and worshiped, and you're the man, and you're so handsome and strong and tall and smart and blah, blah, blah. At some point, even he looks in a mirror and even he says, what? What are you doing, little man? You're on TV. Why aren't you facing the camera?
Because
Oh, here he is. Here he is. Here
that's
he
want
is.
to say hi. Can you hear him?
His purr box is mighty.
Okay.
I don't know if that mic's sensitive enough,
Sorry.
but that cat has a purr box for days.
Mhm.
But look, all of this vanity, it's coming not because he knows he's old and losing his hair and all that crap. It's coming because he feels weak, because his own supporters view him now as weak. He looks at that as some sort of like token of virility that he can just wave out there. But no one's fooled by it.
No.
The pathetic nature of that is is astounding. And yes, you know what, guys? She doesn't like it when I completely shave my head.
I don't. I
It's
really.
a little too scary.
I just don't like it.
It's a little
I
too
like
alien
just a
warlord.
little. It's like it feels good and it's soft, and I like it. I just don't. Yeah, when he comes back and his beard's too short and all of that, it's too much for
Yeah.
me. I like a little bit. I like a little something.
You little scruff.
I like a little scruffy. It's cute.
So yeah, but it is. I mean, you should really look at it as another symptom of his sense of weakness and impotence right now in politics. He's desperate to get that 2015 vibe back, and he just ain't gonna get it. Okay, it's just not gonna happen. Um, so, quick headline. Somebody mentioned about there's an article in today running around about Democrats are planning the investigations of Trump. Yes, they should be. They absolutely should be. Um, as I tweeted, just to cause a conflict on Twitter, I tweeted, "I'm more of a mass arrest guy, but at least it's a start."
Yeah, I'm there with you.
Yeah.
Yeah. The list is long,
Oh yeah,
very long.
Siobhan, if you're worried about furriness, I'm like a goddamn yeti.
Yeah,
I'm like
he's
cousin
a Yeti.
it.
He's a Yeti.
I'm like cousin it. Anyway, everybody's disappointed in Cornyn, Tillis, and Cassidy, but I don't know why.
Yeah.
Think of people that voted for Tulsi Gabbard and Pete Hegseth and RFK Jr. over and over again. And no matter how much I and everybody else tries to beat on them about having one little shred of honor, none of them do.
None of them do. And it just, no, y'all. And even if they did, like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't.
It doesn't matter.
He was going look. He was going to be an acting or an official, no matter what.
I know.
He's impeachable, no matter what.
I'm just shocked they even had the vote because they didn't need the vote.
Wait a minute.
What?
49 to 50.
No.
50 to 49.
Yeah.
Does that not imply that Mitch McConnell voted?
No, or somebody else didn't. I didn't think you could vote by proxy.
You can't vote by proxy in the Senate. You can't. And you're not supposed to vote by proxy in the House, even though Byron Donalds is casting votes in the House all the time when he's not in this, not when he's in Florida
And
campaigning.
they didn't let women who had babies
Proxy. Right.
So I'm done. Like,
And
mm-mm.
I think it was Daniel Inouye who was in a terrible medical condition. They wheeled him to the Senate on a hospital gurney, put him in a wheelchair, rolled him to the floor, and had a vote on some bill. Back, it's probably 20 years ago. But that's interesting. I got to check that out. I don't know what.
I don't think he voted.
But apparently, now, did you catch up on whether they've recessed or not? Are they actually,
I didn't see if they've recessed, but at 4 o'clock this morning, they passed the CR.
right? And 450 voted for Blanche.
And then they voted for Blanche.
Bookworm, I think that is the correct suspicion.
I believe.
Sue Meyer says she saw that Mitch McConnell voted. Well, I'm going to be absolutely fascinated as to who actually pushed that card into the machine.
At 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. Because I don't know what that means by any stretch of the imagination.
I have no idea, or how that is even legal.
I
Nobody's
guess,
seen him, but yet he mysteriously comes in to the Capitol at 4 o'clock.
you would have thought that would have been newsworthy, but and I
Or TMZ would have followed him because people have been at his house all day long. People have been ringing the doorbell. His aides have been answering the door. But here's my funny. So his aides are answering the door. They're not answering questions about, somebody said he didn't vote.
okay, I'll take it. We didn't
Here's
vote.
the thing. They're not answering any questions about his medical condition. Because I would say this, if they're not answering questions about his medical condition, it's because they don't want to get caught when the thing goes down.
And the thing's going
Because
to eventually go down.
It's going to end up going down. And if he is incapacitated or deceased, which I think he's deceased,
I think incapacitated, but what's the difference?
at this point, Weekend at Bernie's. But here's the thing. I think that none of them want to be caught on the record because they've all been running for their life in the Capitol from all the reporters and everything, and nobody is saying nothing, which means there's something not
Seriously,
good.
not bueno.
And if they say one word to the affirmative that he is alive, healthy, well, cognizant, awake, anything.
Still want to see him say 2 words on camera.
What I said on Threads is he should have walked, if that man was alive, he should have come down the stairs, wheelchair and all, because he would have come down in a wheelchair because,
Yep.
you know, if any of y'all have left the hospital one way or another, they got to wheel you out even after your colonoscopy, like they did for me. He should have done a presser right then. He should have said,
I appreciate the work of the GW Medical Center, and I'm
Or-
going to continue my recuperation.
or his wife said those things, or his staff or whatever, and he just waved.
Yep.
He needed to do that. It didn't get done, so I don't believe he's alive. They took him out in the dark of night. I'm still mad at TMZ for not doing this because I think that is a breaking story. Whoever gets that story is
Yeah.
gonna get something. And maybe they're getting paid by somebody not to cover it. I don't know. It's just a thought. But McConnell didn't vote. Everybody's saying McConnell didn't vote.
If he didn't vote, he didn't vote. But
Dennis Gorman, thank you. He said for the link I posted, McConnell didn't vote. Volume is
I'm going to
too
turn the
low.
volume up again.
I have never, fun fact, I have never been told my volume is too low. Ever. I do not need a mic.
So I got a bunch of questions, weirdly enough, about this King Air crash out in Arizona.
Tell them what that is, though,
Okay.
because they don't know.
There's
People
so in modern aviation, GPS is pretty much everything, pretty much the whole ball game. You know, 10 years ago, you could still have used all these other various systems, VORs, NDBs, ILSs, all these other things you could use in prior days. GPS is much safer. It's much more effective. It gives you a really good picture where you are. It tells you everything about the terrain around you, all that good stuff, right? Well, this King Air was on a medical rescue flight, relocation from one base to another, very routine thing. And it turns out that there was massive GPS jamming in the area that at least contributed to this flight crashing into the mountains. Because the GPS was degraded, they were only 900 feet above a mountain that was about 10,000 feet tall. they ended up crashing into that mountain. We don't know all the answers yet, but a lot of people were very much quick to point out that this is a new GPS jamming system that's come along since the last couple of years, and that Hexeth has been very aggressive about GPS jamming. I have in our airplane, my devices tell me if the GPS is losing its accuracy, it's degrading. I still have the instruments in the plane to do the old-fashioned stuff with VORs and ILS, and I don't have NDB, but nobody does anymore. NDB basically was AM radio stations you tuned to a dial. Didn't work great. It was hard to use. I don't know if you can directly blame the administration for this crash. I don't know if the pilots had checked the notifications on GPS jamming. If they had, the older GPS jamming systems sort of were like, okay, I know I'm within a mile or two of something, not 5 feet. I mean, my accuracy is about a foot when I've got a bunch of satellites on the display. But these new systems degrade the accuracy of your GPS radically. And honestly, I'm not blaming Pete Hegseth or the administration directly for this, but aviation safety depends on GPS. And if you're going to degrade the GPS, you better tell people, not only on the notice to airmen system, but the air traffic control and the center control needs to be telling people, hey, don't trust your GPS right now. So you got a couple of pilots and some medical personnel on this plane dead. And I don't know, there hasn't been an NTSB finding yet, but I'm very much concerned that these guys who are jacking up the GPS jamming on the border because they think Mexican drones are flying over them are using this new system. It is going to cause more deaths if we're not careful. And yeah, they can turn it off at will. They did turn it off for a bit at the request of air traffic control, and then they flipped it back on like 2 minutes later. So that story's still developing. That is my aviation input of the day. But it leads us to another system for tracking vehicles called AIS. That tracks ships. And this week in Alaska, a woman and a couple of kids were on a small boat.
Oh.
They got driven out to sea. They ran out of gas. Mm-hmm. And they started doing Mayday calls.
Yep.
And there was a very big yacht nearby. Mayday, Mayday, Mayday. And the Coast Guard started doing Mayday calls to get boats to help these people. It was Mark Zuckerberg's yacht. They refused to answer any of the Mayday calls, which is a red card party foul.
Yeah.
On the ocean.
And not to mention, his yacht has like several boats that are on his boat. And
it has a ship that follows his yacht that supplies all of where the crew has to live and everything else. I'm sorry. Mark Zuckerberg's PR is not great. This is a stellar moment of CEO shittiness. And they're going to wonder, they're like, why are those pitchforks and torches out in the street outside my home? Why are they building a guillotine? They will wonder this till the last minute. But yeah, it ended up being rescued by this eco cruise. God bless them. But that shit, there was a joke this week on Instagram, and it's like, tech CEOs, we need all your water and your electricity, and we want to build these amazing AI data centers. And the voter says, well, what's in it for me? And the tech guy says, well, we're going to take your job away. You're going to be poor. You're not going to have clean water or clean air. And there's going to be a data center screaming outside your house all the time.
So loud.
And then the response from the tech CEO, this is a joke, by the way. Mm-hmm. The response to the tech CEO is, why do you hate us? Are you stupid? That Mark Zuckerberg he's a broken brain soul. That guy has no, if you ever want to read the best coverage of Mark Zuckerberg, read Kara Swisher's Burn book, where she absolutely dismantles Mark Zuckerberg. So yeah, it is a maritime violation or crime to ignore a distress call. Mm-hmm. It is a fundamental human thing that if someone is in distress on the water or in the air, you help them.
It was women and children. Let's just have a moment right there. Like, it wasn't a bunch of dudes. it was women and children
Yep.
in a little bitty boat. Like what? Like you couldn't spare one. I mean, his dinghies that are on his yacht
His tenders
are bigger
than
than
this boat was.
way bigger. Like it's crazy.
The lack of munition story, guys. When the Democrats have control of Congress, they're going to be dragging various military department heads and various combat command heads, the four-star generals who run like Special Operations Command and Southern Command and PACCOM, and they're going to be asking these questions. How many of X do you have in the inventory? How many have you used in the last year? How many were used in Iran? Because the spin the MAGAs are using is like, we gave Ukraine all of our missiles. It's bullshit.
It is bullshit.
It's bullshit. When the missile deals with Ukraine, we used Europe's stockpiles and we sold the Europeans replacements. So,
and here's the thing too.
Iran,
Like after, I'm tired of hearing. Biden gave away all of our munitions, all of our missiles, everything. And then the next thing Trump says is, I've restocked everything. We're the strongest force. We've got everything we need, blah, 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 blah. And then now it's like, we don't have anything. And it's like, wait a minute. 2 minutes ago, you said we had everything and we were restocked.
Patrick.
I don't understand. So it's just I'm tired of just the
lies.
The lies. We'll just say
Yeah,
it. The lies.
So yeah, Todd Blanche, your boy Todd.
Oh,
He's fully in control now of the Department of Justice for the next 2 years, or until. And I just want to remind everybody about this. In my lifetime, a United States Attorney General has been arrested, convicted, and imprisoned. His name was John Mitchell. He was Nixon's Attorney General. He was involved in criminality that was less severe than Todd Blanche. Okay? Todd Blanche is right now violating the Epstein Transparency Act. He's engaged in attempting to get Donald Trump this insane get out of jail free card forever deal with saying he can never be prosecuted for any criminal activity. He can never be audited. He can never pay a tax fraud fine. And frankly, I want to be just very clear about this. I don't want anybody on this show to be surprised. We talked about this earlier. They're going to restore the terrorist trust fund for January 6th people.
yeah.
They're going to, they
can do it a lot of different ways. So don't
Richard.
think.
Yeah, there's a lot of ways they can skin that cat, and they will absolutely bring that CR. They'll bring it back in the next CR or whatever.
They can do it other different ways. They can do some sort of executive order. They can funnel the money a different way.
You guys, I wrote about this week. The irony of Tillis and Cornyn and Cassidy voting for Blanche when they have nothing to lose, where Trump has burned them to the ground, comes down to only 3 possible explanations. 1, they've been bribed. That's Occam's razor, by the way.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what that bribe sounds like, okay? You're Bill Cassidy and you get a phone call from somebody. I'm going to pick this firm at random. There are many other firms in D.C. There's a big firm called Barber, Griffith & Rogers, huge Republican lobbying firm, right? Very powerful. You get a call from somebody at Barber, Griffith & Rogers, says, Bill, we'd love to have you as one of our senior advisors. We'd love to bring you in, and you can be a senior advisor for BGR, and
you can be on the board.
You can be on the board, and you can
be a trustee.
Your comp will be about $1.5 million a year for the next 10 years. You don't really have to do much work, but we need your help on something for the president. Mm-hmm. That's how that kind of bribe works in DC. Or they go to the staffers and they say, hey, you get a $500,000 a year job.
Yep.
And so the bribe stuff is the Occam's razor. Tillis doesn't need the money. Cornyn doesn't really need the money. The second tier of it is that they are scared of being killed by MAGA insane people. That's a real fear. I'm not being flippant about it, but it is something these guys have lived with now, and they They have been broken brained about it for a long time. And the third is that they're just so loyal to the party that they can't do anything else. None of those are great outcomes for the country.
I still don't understand even honestly why they were so pushed to do the vote, because they didn't need to do the vote for Blanche.
No,
He was already confirmed as assistant.
Yep.
So he didn't actually need a vote to make him attorney general.
You know what?
I don't understand.
They want there's some
They're trying to make it, I don't know.
there's some
be better.
formality about it, and there's some degree to which
He could have sat in that job
I
for
think
2
I
years.
think he will have more of an ability to say "fuck you" to the Congress as the full nominee or as a full appointee.
Yeah, there's that.
But yeah, look, yeah, we do need to win the Senate. And look, guys, I will tell you, the Senate is not out of reach. It is a hard reach, but it's not out of reach. Maine is starting to settle in. I think we're ending up in a much better position in Maine than we thought we would be. Texas, there's a reason why MAGA Inc., with $800 million sitting in a bank account, has not spent a dime for Ken Paxton. It's because they're looking at polls like we're looking at polls.
Yeah.
And consistently Tallarico is 3 to 6 points up.
Yeah.
And that race, I don't know how much you could spend to make Ken Paxton more popular or less corrupt.
Even if they spend $100 million, I don't think it's.
Yeah, I think it's just noise at this point.
And they're not going to throw good money after bad.
No.
I mean,
Ohio, they're going to pull out of Ohio. Husted is fading back. Brown is in very good shape right now. Turek is in Iowa, where that's still a very tight race, but I think Lincoln going to invest some money in Iowa because Moneyball. It's inexpensive. You've got Josh Turek, Rob Sand, and 3 congressional races that are all suddenly competitive. Okay, all of those are incredibly gettable races. You've got Florida, where suddenly 6 congressional seats are competitive again.
yep.
It was what we predicted. You and I talked about this on the show.
We
When
did.
they redistricted, they bit themselves in the ass because they spread out the peanut butter too thin.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of those seats had a lot more independence in them.
Yep.
And in Florida, when I was a Republican, we had a piece of math that was like written in stone. It was that 62% of the independents were always going to vote Republican no matter what. 62% were always going to vote Republican.
Not anymore.
In Florida right now, independents are 4-1 against Trump and 3-1 against Republicans. It's going to get real ugly on election day if they come out. Real
Yeah.
ugly.
Absolutely.
Luna's seat is now beginning to get competitive. One of the seats that I'm following very closely is Mike Herodopoulos versus Jennifer Jenkins.
Oh,
And they came out with a poll. Jennifer's a really good candidate. She came out with a poll at 41 to Mike's 43 in a Republican +9 district. Okay.
ooh.
That is shaken loose. Okay. The Castor seat in Tampa is under the gun a little bit, but I also think that's going to start leveling out because independents there are a big, big chunk. Alex Vindman is going to win the primary.
Yep.
He has raised a tremendous amount of money. He's running a campaign against Ashley Moody.
Yep.
I'm not going to get in the rabbit hole on his opponent.
Nope.
She's running a campaign against Alex Vindman's wife. And look, there are a lot of people that get very motivated in politics. Like, if I don't get my candidate through the primary, I won't vote. Well, if you don't vote for Alex Vindman in the general or David Jolly in the general, you're voting for either Byron Donalds or Ashley Moody.
Yep.
That's what it is. And there's a superpower the Republican Party has. And I'll share it with you because I knew this lesson for years. When the primary is over, everybody shuts up and gets on board. And they follow the 2 rules. Stay on message and just win, baby.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
Simple as can be.
So if you guys you have to remember, okay, so if you want to vote for whoever you want to vote for in the primary, that's fine.
Great.
But here's the thing.
Neil Dunn is also dead. Okay, we'll talk about that in a
We're
minute.
going to talk
I'm
about
gonna put
Neil
Neil
Dunn
Dunn back on the list.
But you can vote for whoever you want to in the primary. But here's the thing, when it comes to the general, if you're saying, well, my candidate didn't make it, so I'm not voting, or I'm not voting for,
That is not the way, kids.
that is not the way. And here's the thing,
Trust me.
just as a reminder, if you don't win, you can't affect change.
Right.
So in order to actually be in the seat to, like, I don't know, make new laws and have an impact,
And have
you have to win.
Yeah,
You have to win. Get on board.
right.
You know what? Sometimes you may not like the candidate. We all have different candidates that we support, especially
Yeah.
during
Enough with the
primaries.
purity tests.
Yeah, stop with all the purity tests. You have to get on board,
So
especially for the general.
yeah,
gotta
I want
do
to talk about El Sayed real quick because what you saw in Michigan, Mallory McMorrow is a friend. I love her to death. Her campaign just didn't take off. It happens. Stevens and McMorrow, the day after the primary, came right out and stood with El Sayed and said, "We're in. We're going to win. We're going to beat Mike Rogers." And by the way, folks, Mike Rogers lives in Naples, Florida. He does not live in Michigan. He has lived in Naples, Florida for about 10 years. He does not live in Michigan. Neither does Tommy Tuberville live in
He has a $1.7 million house in Naples, which is, all I'm saying is, my sister lives down south, and a $1.7 million house in Naples is
Yeah, that's the home of
small.
yeah.
Just say small.
There are a lot of homes in Naples these days in the $20 million range.
Yes.
Which is stunning for the state of Florida.
Big Republican stronghold.
Huge MAGA
Big
strong.
money.
We were down there for a wedding 2 years ago.
Mm.
2 years ago, and that was one of those things where I kept the baseball hat down low.
Yeah.
That was not our kind of place.
It's a lot.
So
Naples is
yeah.
big Republican money.
Richard Don Quixote, you said Democrats need to become the anti-corruption party on steroids. Yes, 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 yes.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things that's happening here is that Donald Trump's corruption is so in your face every day that even MAGA voters are like, "Come on, man, come on, dude." They don't like it.
So, Florida. Okay, back to Neil Dunn.
Yeah, back to Neil Dunn in Florida, second congressional district.
A long time ago, I get all of the newsletters. Okay.
When are Molly and I going back on tour? We're not touring this year. We might do a limited something this year.
Maybe a limited series. Anyway, here's the thing. What was I saying? Oh God.
Neil Dunn.
Neil Dunn. So I have lots of newsletters that I'm subscribed to. Can't get rid of them. They're there. I watch them. Neil Dunn's latest newsletter, I have to say, I don't know what intern did it. Because they were, and I don't mean that rude. I mean that
It's okay.
his other newsletters that I have gotten in the past have been very glossy, very slick. And I'm not talking print ones. I'm talking about the email newsletter of who caught the biggest fish this week. And
Literally, that's the content.
Really amazing things. Anyway, not great stuff. There is nothing political in his newsletters. There is nothing about Capitol Hill. There is nothing about voting. There is nothing about legislation. There is nothing about our higher ed universities. There is nothing about funding. There is nothing about grants. And I can tell you, there is nothing in those newsletters that's really, honestly, anything. There's never been anything in those newsletters. But I have to say that newsletter that came was all like janky and weird. Like it had different fonts and nothing was,
Was it made on Print Shop? 1989.
Maybe Print Shop with the border that I like.
There's a
Gen
X throw for you guys.
Print Shop. But I have to say, please don't ever say that I've never said you're complaining about Mitch McConnell, but Neil Dunn. I was like, oh no, I've been
No,
one
we've
of the
been
ones.
complaining about
Oh
Neil
no,
Dunn.
no.
And look, I'll tell you the story about Neil Dunn, why it's kind of sad.
It's sad. He's
Neil
got
Dunn,
terminal
he's got some sort of terminal issue.
heart disease,
We hear
cancer.
different stories, but
And it's sad.
in the era before Trump, Neil Dunn was a conservative but not
Mm-hmm.
crazy Republican. And he was very much about helping. So the second congressional district, North Florida, has
He's a
Renee's,
doctor,
Renee's
a
uni-
real
yeah,
doctor,
a real
an
doctor.
MD.
Yeah, has Renee's University,
Mm-hmm.
has FAMU, has what West UWF, University of West Florida.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very that was a very important thing for this part of the country.
He's got Air Force Base.
And he was very much on the ball about that.
All of it.
And a very big supporter of science and everything else.
And golf. So there's
Yeah.
like all of like the offshore drilling
Yeah.
and all of that. There's a lot of things. This panhandle has everything agricultural,
Yeah, we're
higher ed,
strangely
military. It's got
strangely diverse
Yeah.
needs. Anyway, he is very ill. Trump and Mike Johnson insisted that he stay in office.
Yeah, it was very sad. He did not want to.
He wanted to go, basically from what I was told, he wanted to go home and die with his family. And this guy's had to be dragged as one of the, because they don't have any spare votes in the House anymore.
Nope.
I want to jump onto two other candidates.
So we're on Dunn watch too.
We are done.
Nobody's seen him
100%.
either.
We're supporting Nick Soteslo in the Democratic primary.
Go Nick.
Go Nick. One of the smartest guys out there.
So smart.
Nick and I met about a year and a half ago, and our first conversation was about how data centers were going to become a giant political issue.
Mm-hmm.
He was ahead of that curve by a year and a half, and everybody's playing catch up with Nick on that. Great
Mm-hmm.
guy. If you're in second district, would love to have you support him. Max Miller, I want to talk about this for a minute. I've written a lot about Max Miller. I've talked a lot about Max Miller this week because one thing about me that I will not fucking tolerate at all is violence against women. I will not fucking tolerate it. Like 0.0.0 level of tolerance for it. I don't care. And Max Miller threw boiling water on his wife and put a gun to her head and broke their daughter's collarbone. That motherfucker belongs in jail.
Yeah.
And as I said to somebody yesterday on an interview, they're like, well, you're talking so tough about Max Miller. Listen, if that happened to my daughter, and it would never happen, by the way, she's married to a wonderful guy, one of the kindest people you're going to meet, right? Would never happen. But if it did, he'd be in the back of the truck, duct taped up, headed to the pig farm. That'd be the end of that bullshit. They would never find him.
Yep.
Because pigs will eat anything. Mm-hmm. But Max Miller has been defended by Donald Trump, defended by Mike Johnson, defended by Steve Scalise, defended by Jim Jordan, and an even good guy, Mike DeWine, was like, well, it's very troubling. No, motherfucker, it is not troubling.
And this whole, like, when it's a Democrat and there's a problem, it's like drag them out of their house, string them up, do
Right.
whatever. They have to be, press charges and throw them out and all of this stuff. And then anything that happens in the Republican Party, that's a family issue.
Right.
It needs to be dealt with in private. No.
Yes, GM Dana, that is exactly what the kind of
And
man
we're
is.
done. We're done
Yeah,
with
I'm
that.
done with it.
It-
And any party,
No.
Look, the things Graham Plattner was accused of don't even begin to come near the level of Max Miller, not even in the range of the ballpark of Max Miller.
Not
And
saying
yet,
they were.
Yeah. The Democratic Party purged Graham Plattner, and they're still fighting about it a month and a half later,
Yep.
which is insane.
Yeah.
They threw Eric Swalwell off out of Congress
Yep.
because his own party wasn't going to support him in it. But Kat Camark, who's a Republican congresswoman from Jacksonville, I guess, Lake City.
No, I think she's.
No, she's north.
I thought she was middle of state.
Maybe like Marion County. I don't know. She came out. She goes, "Well, this is concerning, and this is that,
Let me clutch my pearls.
but we don't want to set a precedent for going after people about their family business. Get the fuck out of here."
Family business.
Yeah, get the
I'm
fuck
gonna
out.
tell you
Don't
about
want to set a
family
precedent.
business.
Let me tell you, if there's a precedent, and it's called going to the pig farm. In Yellowstone, they call it taking him to the train station.
Okay, we have to talk about one thing about so
She got range.
well, let's talk about Eric Swalwell for just 1 minute. I have questions because when it popped literally on my feed and there is a Florida connection, so we have to have the Florida connection
Okay,
real quick.
put that Florida connection.
So apparently, how we all know about Stephen Miller's wife before they were married, I'll put the disclaimer out there. She apparently was with Eric Swalwell. Now, the only reason why we know this now is because there was the information coming out about Swalwell and the Fang situation, which was the
Which
woman,
turned out to be bullshit, by the way.
which is the Chinese woman. Anyway, so the only reason why we know about all of this is because Pam Bondi
Leaked it.
when she was Attorney General,
Mm-hmm.
gave Eric Swalwell a heads up that this document was going to come out about Fang Fang, and there was apparently information in there about him sleeping with Katie Miller. Y'all, let's have a moment.
Say what you will about Eric Swalwell.
Swalwell versus Stephen Miller, like, that's range. That's
You know what? There's a great phrase about people in their romantic lives,
Mhm.
and it's who knows the secrets of the human heart.
Oh, and somebody said relations with Elon Musk. I don't know about that, but
Steven, get in the cup chair.
Like,
Sit, Steven, sit.
questions about a lot of things.
Speaking
but-
of the cup chair,
No. What
we don't have a cup chair.
is that segue?
I was just saying, I don't know if anybody saw the pictures of Byron Donalds hanging out with Corey Mills, and the recent.
Politics yet again.
Yes, so James Fishback, the Republican candidate for governor,
For governor, he's a little
who is a
he's
little cuckoo, he's a sort of a Nick Fuentes adjacent type, got a leak.
and he's weird.
Oh, he's fuck. Got a leak. Oxford educated, but weird. I know. He got a leak about Donalds and Corey Mills at this weekend thing at the Gaylord National Center in D.C., south of D.C.
MGM.
Oh, MGM now, right? It used to be the Gaylord.
MGM.
Sorry. By the way, it used to be the Gaylord when it was where CPAC was held. I'll let the irony speak for itself. And there are photographs of them. Donald's people came out and said, well, soliciting a prostitute is not sex trafficking. What? What?
So, and here's the thing: there was a human trafficking / sex trafficking. Their text messages.
Oh, Fishback is batshit cuckoo.
He a cuckoo friend. It's Florida, so he cuckoo. Anyway, but that whole thing, like, there were lots of rumors about Byron Donalds and Corey Mills. Rumors. We'll just say
There is a reason why in Florida politics, including by a lot of the media that are giving him a kind of easy skate right now,
yeah.
that his nickname was Byron Degenerate.
And wasn't Corey Mills' wife like besties with Casey DeSantis?
Yes, she was.
All I'm saying is,
Corey Mills, bad guy.
I'm just saying
Bad,
Corey
bad,
Mills is a
bad
bad
guy.
guy. That's why nobody's supporting him in the race this year.
Right.
The Republican Party has kind of walked back. I think they see how bad it
Oh, the
is.
Tucker question's a good one.
We're going to talk about
Dennis, I'll get you to
we're
Tucker.
going to talk about Tucker in just 1 second. Write that down so we don't forget. But the whole thing about Byron Donalds, y'all, and he just
Byron Donalds is out today with his first trans.
okay.
Let me tell you, if you can't talk about the economy that you helped train wreck, if if you can't talk about the tariffs that you voted
Yeah.
for 3 or 4 times now, I think it's 3 times. If you can't talk about, uh, if you can't talk about the data centers you want to put in every part of Florida, the ad that he's running against Jolly that came out yesterday, or comes out tomorrow, whatever, we got a leak of it. It comes out, it basically says, Byron Donalds, it closes with Byron Donalds saying, if you can't stand up to crazy, you can't stand up, whatever it is. I'm like, bitch, you have never stood up to Donald Trump for 15 seconds of your
No.
fat fucking life.
No. And I'll just say this, like, there is so much weirdness. Florida politics, I'm telling
If you think your
You-
politics is
you
weird,
still got to write the Florida politics book.
you know what's funny? I was actually going through some files yesterday. I had a
Because the Florida
very solid
politics,
draft of a Florida politics book
it's fire.
that- that once Trump came back, it ended up going on this track of the new book, which, oh, hold on. Wait for it.
The draft was turned in.
Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Draft 5.
Draft
Look
5.
at that bad boy. Look at that bad boy.
Draft
Yeah.
5. But Florida politics is cuckoo
Oh,
and incestuous,
oh,
literally.
The incestuousness of Florida politics is beyond words. Everybody hates data centers, by the way. I've seen a lot of
Everybody hates
traffic.
data centers.
There's the polling on data centers. The Republican Party of Florida and the Chamber of Commerce and Associated Industries and all these conservative groups that you would think would be like rah data centers, they're all like, run.
Here's
Like
my question about Florida. If Florida people in the chat, if you live in Florida, especially center of the state, Florida,
oh God.
especially in the center of the state, here's the thing. I just don't understand how you can build something that large, that's that spread out, and think a sinkhole is not gonna happen. Like,
Yeah, somebody was like,
blow the whole thing up.
a large data center outside of Bartow. I'm like, Bartow's the goddamn sinkhole capital
Blow
of
the world.
And I say this as a man whose house was swallowed by a fucking sinkhole. Our house was like poltergeisted by a fucking sinkhole.
Any of y'all who
All through,
live in
all through
Florida,
Carrollwood, there was that trap line of sinkholes.
and I'm telling you, the sinkhole situation, like, I don't understand how they can think about putting something in that heavy, that energy
Intense, yeah.
intense, and not think that the Lord God Almighty is going to go
Guys,
and take them
our
out.
aquifer in Florida is based on this what's called limestone karst.
Yeah.
And I say this not because I'm smart about geology, but because my mother and sister are.
They're geologists.
Yeah, they're geologists and hydrogeologists,
Yeah.
whatever. Long story short, we've already sucked down that aquifer because we've had 10 million people move to Florida in the last 10 years. That aquifer's that shit is busted flat. And the reason sinkholes happen is the limestone is crumbly and it collapses.
Mm-hmm.
1,000 data centers in Florida, and Byron Donalds has a plan to put 3,000 data centers in Florida. 3,000 of them. 3,000 data centers will use as much water every day as the city of Orlando uses in a year. There is no universe in which this happens. There is no physical way this works, okay?
We
It is the killer issue in Florida because it is the killer issue, okay? People get it. They're like, I don't want my house. Kim Jong-Tang's new receptions and exits room. Oh, Kim Jong-Tang. Listen, Trump is going to have a wave of people leave the administration after November. That is that happens to every president, by the way, not just because it's Trump. Every president has a turnover after the first 2 years of a cycle, whether they're first term or second term.
Yeah.
Trump's are different because now he's gotten what he looks at. He thinks on paper he got everything he wanted. I got Pete Hegseth, who's handsome and has great hair, and he's good on television. You got Hegseth. You got Wipkoff. You got what the other? Not Wipkoff. The other guy. Kushner. No, and the other.
The one who can't produce facial hair.
Well, that's true too because he's a doll.
He needs
Yeah, you
testosterone
have Mark
shots.
Wayne Mullen, who Trump is now pissed at.
Oh,
He got all the
duh.
people he wanted. Brooke Rollins, who is just, I'm sorry, but every time I watch Brooke Rollins talk, I'm like, did your parents feed you lead paint? That woman is not smart. Did your parents drink plastic jug vodka while your mom was pregnant? What is wrong with you, woman? Doug Burgum, he's pissed at.
Ooh,
All of
there's a lot.
Judge Franzia,
Oh,
he's pissed at.
Judge,
Judge Box of Wine.
Judge Pinot Grigio. Jeanette Pinot Grigio. Her wine is done vinegared. I think her days are number 2. Bless her heart. She had to bring the white box of evidence to the.
I'm gonna put her on the prayer list.
I'm gonna put her on the prayer list.
For those of you who are not Southern, I'm gonna put you on the prayer list. Is a way of saying you're fucked.
It's a way of saying I'm gonna tell people about all your dirt, but I can say it because I'm doing you a favor.
Because I believe in you.
I believe in your strongness. Anyway.
Kash Patel making a deal with Russia and China on
Lord
cybersecurity.
Has been quiet lately?
He kept his mouth shut. Although somebody pointed out there was a picture released today of him running with some FBI agents that.
Please don't show him running or working out anymore because he runs like.
Yeah, but his shoulders are like a Weeble curve.
It is.
Yes, Tammy, bless your heart.
Bless your heart. And it can bless your heart is a good general phrase because it can mean lots of different things. It can mean like, oh, that's so sweet. That's so touching.
My favorite thing my grandmother used to say was, bless her heart. I would never have thought to wear that get up. Because the get up is not an outfit. Get up. It's not an outfit.
Okay.
I got a whole book of stuff my grandmother said. It's
I know Dottieism is still a book that needs to happen.
Yep.
Okay, what are we doing? Hang on. Where are we at now?
Flip back over.
Wait.
We got a lot of stuff.
Wait. We gotta start marking off things.
Yeah,
we have sort of a list.
Yeah.
We always try and do something that
we get questions from people.
Yeah.
We do a list. We think about other questions.
Blanche,
we voted. Candidate.
Oh, let's go back to El Sayed.
I'm going to tell you something, guys. Whether you love him or hate him, whether he's too liberal for you or too radical or whatever, you've now been around me for enough years to know.
Yep.
Even before we were dating, even before, you've seen enough candidates come to my, you've been at dinners and parties at my house with candidates, and some of them have what we call the gift.
Ooh.
Some of them never can. I'm going to give you an honest read, guys. Ronald Reagan had the gift. Barack Obama had the gift.
Yeah.
Hillary Clinton never had the gift.
No. She's got the gift now.
Right. She's finally liberated from her shit.
This was my whole thing. And I talked to people.
Thank you, Kay Miller.
After she lost.
Do I need Botox?
Here.
Rebecca.
What happened?
Botox, Rick. Do I need Botox? I guess I do.
I'll tell you a story about that real quick in a minute. But
never had it, but the day is coming, I'm sure.
Just not like some of those people that are, and they talk like this, and there's no face. That's too much Botox. You got to get a good injector for that. I don't remember what I was saying because you looked at me.
Sorry.
Anyway,
candidate quality. I'll say
it.
Hillary.
Back to Hillary. When Hillary lost, here's the thing. She became a different person.
Yeah.
And I understand because
she does, Christopher.
She was what?
That she has the gift now.
She has the gift now. She was like this. She was sort of like,
that's right,
I'm just going to say it. Y'all hate me if you want to. She was sort of like that aloof bitch. Okay? She had that vibe.
She was the smartest person in the room and wanted everybody else to know it.
But I'm not saying anything about that. I'm saying she was not personable.
Right.
She did not talk to people. She did not come across as even I don't know, just nice. I don't know. I could talk to her. Anyway, after she lost, holy crap. It was like a veil was lifted. I know that she was, all of a sudden, she was liberated. I don't give an F. And I get that, like, because I'm 53 and I feel that whole situation. Like, when you turn 50, you're like, oh, Lord, I don't care what you say about me, moving on. I've been through worse. I love her now. And she's going to be on with Kara Swisher this week.
Yep. Yep.
I will watch that interview.
There's some talk Hillary maybe starting a podcast.
I think that would be phenomenal. I really love and respect her. And I wish she would have been this person before. Because it would have changed the trajectory of everything. I feel like I felt like
the counterfactuals, the alt history of the United States where Donald Trump lost to Hillary Clinton because she went wild in a debate and told him to go fuck himself.
Kelly Kay, you are correct. If Hillary wasn't a woman, she would have succeeded. Absolutely.
Yeah.
She was a dude. And dudes act like that and they get away with it.
Women can't.
But women cannot do that. We are bitches. And if we are the least bit non-friendly or too smart, we get in trouble. And you are absolutely right. I just wish she would have been that person before and we could have prevented the last 10 years.
I probably would have been angry at Hillary a lot. But on the other hand,
we still need to go back to Al Sayed.
Yeah, I want to go back to El Sayed for a second.
I'll tell you, I turned on that man on Instagram. I am like, I'm feeling like the music, the TikTok, the reels. I'm not on TikTok, but the reels that come through of the little videos that he does, all the music of my people, my generation. So good. And he got Journey. Did you see that?
No, I did not see that.
He used a Journey clip.
Nice.
And they got approved to use the Journey clip, which says a whole lot because nobody gets approved from Journey.
Right. They went after Trump a couple times on that.
But I will tell you, I am here for him.
Yeah.
And they're playing clips from him when he graduated from college on his speech. Phenomenal. He is smart.
But look, the guy has the gift, and he also understands the environment we campaign in today, which is mediated by your social media presence. And so he understands the power of a reel. He understands the power of a TikTok or a short YouTube video. And again, I'm looking at this just as a guy who knows how to, as they say, I'm a good judge of horse flesh. Yeah. I can see a horse that's going to race well, and I can see a candidate that's going to race well. And Mike Rogers is like dishwater. He's boring. He's so freaking boring.
Nobody wants it anymore.
And look, what are you going to see? What's their message going to be? He's a trans, Antifa, Muslim, socialist, communist, terrorist. Blah, blah, blah.
I swear to God.
And all he has to do is keep going like,
whatever.
Get the fuck out. So he's struggling in Detroit because, and I'm going to be very, very, very ugly and blunt. He has not paid the VIG to the black pastors in Detroit. Okay? That's just it. You got to pay the black pastors. They're walking around money in Detroit, Newark, and a couple other cities. Nobody wants to admit that's true. But I'm going to tell you something. It's the fucking truth. And if you don't think that this is a business for some of these guys, it's a business. That is some behind this political curtain shit. You better believe. And let me tell you who paid him off in 2024. Donald fucking Trump. Okay? Don't play. So look, he is a very strong candidate. He's going to do very well, I think.
He's good looking too. Let's just throw it out there.
Yeah, the guy's ripped and he's good looking. And Mike Rogers is like, I'm taller than he is. I'm height mogging him. I'm like,
oh, geez.
Dude, that is the smallest dick energy I've ever fucking heard in a campaign.
Yeah. Mm-mm.
So.
No.
Yeah, he does. He's doing outreach. He needs to do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, the thought that goes back to the thing we're talking about in Florida and elsewhere if you're a Democrat and you're like, oh, my person didn't get it, I'm not going to vote for Syed. Okay, then you're voting for fucking Mike Rogers, and therefore you're voting for Donald Trump to have a majority in the
Stop
U.S. Senate.
throwing your vote away, people.
Right.
Remember, if you want to have change, you have to vote and you have to win.
Right. The communist stuff, guys, just get ready to hear it every day. And I'm going to tell you, I wrote about this in the Friday brief this week. Oh, and for everybody who's watching, who's joining us from Twitter, this is our first time with streaming to Twitter also. If you want to get notified when we do these shows,
Yeah.
sign up for a free account on my Substack. It's Against All Enemies.
Yep.
Got whatever the fuck. Again, it's Rick Wilson's Against All Enemies. If you do that, you'll get a notification whenever we go live. And
Yeah.
we go live. We tend to go live on the weekends, but as we get closer to the election, we'll probably do more because we talk a lot. And
And I know you guys like these. I think about 4:00.
yeah, it seems that we do like the sweet spot.
Let us know if we need to shift it a little bit. Either way, but like that 4 to 6 hour, people like. We've been going about 2 hours because there's just always so much.
Yeah.
And
we get questions, and I just put the email address up on the screen, you guys.
yeah,
The Weekend R&R, it's ANDR@gmail.com. We get questions, a lot of them.
Yeah.
That's what a lot of this stuff comes from.
we do. We get nice, like lovely letters and
Oh.
thoughtful notes. And
People are so, I mean,
y'all, you have no idea how thoughtful it is when people take the time out to honestly like send us a note or just drop us a text and love you guys or thinking about you
Yeah.
or whatever. It means the world. It truly does, because we're just doing this because we
I
like
get
to
so many
talk.
messages,
Yeah.
and people are always asking questions, and
Always
we
asking
did I mean,
questions.
literally, guys, if I told you how many questions we get on my Substack and on socials every week,
Yeah.
we could hire 3 people and we could never get through them all.
Yeah.
It's nuts. And that includes all the death threats too, which is very exciting.
So great.
So when Renee and I got married last year, we had been together since 2022. I don't think she was unready for what this is like. We've been around, you've been friends for a long time,
Yeah.
but it's still like a big transition. And the first swatting that we had, that was a big moment for you. As she likes to say, at least I was wearing my good pajamas.
Woo! Because I met all the sheriff's deputies that night.
All of them.
And let's say Tallahassee small, and all the on duty except for 3 were here. So there were like 13, 14
Yep.
deputies here. And you see them. You see them at the grocery store.
Right.
You see them at,
Hey, Mr. Wilson.
when I went to my doctor's office, there was a sheriff's deputy like stationed there at CHP, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I was off that night, but I heard all about it. God, y'all are safe." Like, we know who these people are because we don't live in a big town. So
No, we live in a
no,
tiny
we
little
don't.
town.
So it just means the world to us. And thank you for tuning in. Like,
Yeah, it really.
this is really kind of stream of consciousness. We're just trying to and it's pouring rain. Just started, but we're
Uncle
just,
Fatty, believe me, that temptation of having an AI go through the emails is very tempting.
I would never do that
Oh my
though.
God, it's-
I try and do, I try, and like anybody who sends me a DM, I try and respond. I try and do all the emailing and
I get you, Barbara.
everything. So please take the time. Someone asked me about, they're going to London. Any suggestions?
Thousands.
I will put a response back. I didn't because it was right before we started, but thank you all.
Yeah, we really do appreciate it.
Truly. And I think people have just some even basic questions about how's the Florida vote? Is David Jolly gonna win? We hope. Because I think Byron Donalds may be indicted any day now. Anyway. But I have questions about that too, because if the DOJ is doing it, would they hold
Right.
that or
Oh,
not?
they'll absolutely cover it up.
I don't know. I don't know, because if it looks like, can you two replace Morning Joe and Nika? Mm, I'd love to do that because I love some of the people on there, and I think we'd have a good time doing it. But I think that people have a lot of basic questions that and local stuff that's happening that nobody addresses.
Jonathan and Willie can stay. Swear.
Jonathan and Willie can stay, and let me tell you, I've met them, and Jonathan Lemire, adorable. And I'll tell you, that man is like 6'7". I swear to God, he was so tall.
Hardest
Like,
working man in show
I
business.
met him and I was like, "Hi, Jonathan."
Oh,
Like,
but I'm in Mohadeen. It's even taller. That motherfucker's 7 foot tall.
I'm in Mohadeen.
I'm 5'10". I stand next to him. I'm like, hello, Gandalf. I'm the Hobbit from the Shire.
I love him. I love him, and I love Jonathan Lemire. And they're just so lovely and nice people too. Very, very, very tall.
Most people in media and in Hollywood
are very short.
Are tiny. So the Hollywood
It's
stuff I've
funny.
done that never has quite taken off. A couple of projects I've had out there. When I met actors, I was always like, because I'm 5'10". I don't think of myself as a tall guy, but I'm like, he's 5'2".
They're all short.
They're tiny.
I met when we went to some of the parties at Correspondence, all the side parties.
We don't go to the dinner.
We don't go to the dinner. On the outside, all of the parties that happen, and you're meeting a lot of media people. And I'm in heels, and I'm 5'7", so me in heels is anywhere between like, I don't know, almost 6 feet, I guess, which puts me.
And I don't care if she's taller than me when
and-
she's in heels. It
And
doesn't-
I do, like, sometimes I wear tall heels, sometimes I don't. It just depends.
You got
But
any of those?
I do. Anyway, but I meet a lot of people, and you would be shocked, honestly. Shocked how shorter in stature. And I do, going back to the whole thing, Morning Joe, I want to give out a shout out to a couple of people that I think are holding down the fort. Let's give a shout out to Ali Vitale. My
God
girl.
bless her. Strong like death. Amazing.
Girl, you are
Relentless questioner.
amazing. Smart, so smart, absolutely funny, very personable.
Yep.
Amazing. And she's doing like triple duty because she does, in case you guys don't watch, she does the early show from 5 to 6. Watch that show. She's been filling in for Morning Joe. And then she'll even do afternoons. She is the utility player that really honestly is underrated. And I don't know how, but man, she's good.
Yeah.
Y'all give
Yeah.
that girl some love because she is good.
Yeah, she's the
good
future.
people, too.
She's part of the future of that network. I'm telling you.
She's great. And she does a good job. I love Jonathan Lemire, Willie Geist,
Katie Tur.
Katie Tur.
That's one of the smartest shows on TV
Um,
because she brings in people and it's like rat-a-tat-tat-tat, high speed, low drag conversation.
And I just like it because I like some of these that are bringing in different people.
Sure.
And I know people have fussed at me because I said one day that I was like, ugh, I roll, same old people. I'm tired. I don't want to see the same people every day. I will tune out. I don't know how y'all are, but my time is precious. And if you're having the same people talking about the same thing every single day when they're on, it gets old. And I just need something different.
Washington likes to hear itself say the same story over and over again.
I do. Also, our man on Saturday mornings now, our little nugget,
Jacob Soboroff.
Jacob.
One of the best hearted people I know.
He's got the biggest heart.
And that guy has gone after stories that would have been ignored or memory hold or somebody would have said, oh, that's not gonna
He's
move
boots on the ground.
move the
too.
audience. And he's gone out for years and years and years.
Yeah.
And been in the streets talking to people, bringing news stories out of this world that we live in.
He does a great job.
Terrific, absolutely top-notch guy. So then again, I also want to talk to you about Jode Kressbeckler from the Onions.
But no, those are just some of the people that I
Yeah.
feel like don't get enough love right now.
But I do want to say this about the Onion. If you're not following the Onion on various platforms, Instagram in particular,
Oh,
they took over InfoWars because they bought out InfoWars when InfoWars went bankrupt. They are absolutely sending up MAGA in the most beautiful fucking bits, like blowing MAGA to pieces. And their joke about Alex Jones exploding in his truck never gets old. I was trying for a long time to get people to be convinced that Alex Jones had been replaced by a clone because of his autoerotic asphyxiation incident.
stop it. Oh my God. I cannot. I cannot.
Okay.
Okay, back to this real quick. What do we got?
Oh.
Okay. Did you want to talk about
Yeah.
did you want to talk about or we want to talk about fun things now or we still need to finish?
We're at war in Europe. It's just not evenly distributed yet.
Um
Ken Harbaugh is a friend. I like Ken a lot.
oh Lawrence too. Lawrence
Yeah, of course.
O'Donnell. He's
The classic.
so good.
Knows the.
Oh, and you know who starts his show tomorrow? Or no, Monday.
Who?
Monday.
Who's that?
Is it Peter Jennings that's coming back to MSN?
No, Peter Jennings is dead.
No, oh sorry, not Peter Jennings. Who am I thinking about? Peter Alexander?
Oh, Peter Alexander. Yeah,
Peter Alexander. I always say the
Awesome.
wrong Peter. Anyway, his show starts on Monday on MSN.
Excellent.
So that'll be interesting. That's just something.
Yeah, so we're at war in Europe. It's just not evenly distributed yet. The Russians are now attacking
Yeah.
with drones in Germany at German airfields with explosive drones. There's shenanigans in Lithuania, in Latvia, in Estonia, in Poland, in Bulgaria, in Romania. And in all of these, the problem is that Germany is partly controlled by the Russians. Just real talk.
Yeah.
Wake the fuck up.
Yeah.
Wake the fuck up. NATO, the American forces that have been withdrawn from the Baltics and from Poland, weird coincidence that Trump talks to Putin, or Trump talks to Hegseth, we withdraw troops from all those key areas that Russia would dearly like to take. I'm going to tell you something. William F. Gibson's phenomenal line that the future is here, it's just not evenly distributed yet, applies right now. World War III is here, it's just not evenly distributed yet. Okay. Speaking of long-running wars, we saw the Odyssey last night. Wow, what a segue.
Okay.
What, come on, give it up for that segue.
Not bad. Okay, so we did do the Odyssey last night in IMAX.
Yep.
First off, is loud.
Oh, yeah.
I know I'm getting old because movies are really loud. When we saw Tron in the movie, we all had our AirPods in.
Right, on noise cancel.
On noise cancel because it was so loud I couldn't handle it. But I will tell you, there were some parts, you're like sort of like this, if you're sensitive, because it's very loud. But I will tell you,
And also loud.
Very well done. It moves very, very fast. There are no dead parts in it.
No.
Unfortunately, there's nowhere I could tell you there's a pee break in here because there's not.
Nope.
And after
And I like a pee break.
I like a pee break in a movie, and it's 3 hours. So 3 hours plus 20 minutes of previews was a commitment, and I'm here for it.
The dog
But-
was bouncing off the walls we got.
yeah, it was a lot. But I will tell you, it's beautifully done. The casting is amazing. The
MAGA overreaction to Lupita Nyong'o playing Helen of Troy
it's so
and her twin sister Clytemnestra.
they're on
that
screen
was-
about 2 minutes.
2 minutes tops.
Yeah.
Guys, these people are the softest snowflake bitches I've ever seen in the universe of my entire life.
And I don't want to hear anybody from people who've never even, they don't even know what the Odyssey is about.
Right.
Like, don't complain to me. Like, hush. Anyway, but it is so good. It's beautifully shot. Like, just, it's so beautiful.
You would expect that on the one hand, you're like,
And-
Christopher Nolan's going to shoot a beautiful film. No, this is,
The dolphins were real.
yeah,
At one point, the dolphins are jumping by the boat,
Yep.
and that's all real. But I will tell you, those boat scenes are gut wrenching.
yeah.
Like gut wrenching. I was like, oh my God, how do they get through? Like, it was a lot of a lot.
It was a lot. And I will tell you, it will be a travesty if Samantha Morton doesn't get Best Supporting Actress for her portrayal of Cersei. That was some acting at a level that utterly impressive in every way.
She always is. She scares me.
Yeah.
We had this whole discussion.
Elliot Page is in 3 scenes and just tears your heart out in those 3 scenes.
It's so sad. Like, it was like by the time the movie was over, I was like, this is the saddest thing ever. It was like,
I mean,
it was our date night. And
right.
I was like, it was so sad. I was like, oh God. I'm like, oh Lord. But it was.
Yes, Patrick, it was changed, but Morton carries it off, I think, in a just really impressive way.
I loved it. It was beautifully shot. It was visually stunning. It was the Trojan horse and the way they did it, phenomenal. Like, I
And
loved
look,
it.
folks, in a lot of ways,
That's
it's
all I'll
also
say.
a story about today. It's
Oh,
a story about a world that has been torn up by wars for, 100 years. So,
and her struggle of like her husband being gone, and then what does the son do, and does he assume the throne, and then all of these horrible men coming after her, and she's just trying to like get through,
and so,
and it's so sad.
yeah, there are some,
Like,
somebody mentioned there are some departures from the, yes, of course there are.
yeah,
But here's the thing, guys. Victim of a classical education here. So, the Homeric version of the Odyssey is still a transferred version from other oral traditions. And that, no hate on Homer, but this was always a story that could be retold and could shift in some of its, like, in some of the details. So I think Nolan did a very strong job on this. I think it's a Best Picture. I won't say it's a lock, but it's definitely a Best Picture lead.
I'm interested in everything about it because it was so well done, and Matt Damon did such a great job.
Yeah, and there were some people like, "Oh, Matt Damon's too lightweight an actor for this." I'm like, no, he actually
was perfect.
he actually was. I mean,
I think he did such a lovely job.
he rode the sense of age and wear and PTSD throughout the whole thing. I thought it was brilliantly done.
And the scenes with his wife were just so emotional and kind, and you can feel their closeness.
Yeah,
and I loved that.
That was
That was so good on screen.
even though they never made eye contact until the last few minutes of the movie when he returned, they had this conversation. I'm not spoiling a lot. He came in dressed as a beggar. If anybody's read the story,
Yeah.
the spoilers are 3,000 years old.
Yeah.
By the way, I first read the Odyssey when I was 9 years old. The Iliad and the Odyssey when I was 9 years old. I got interested. You know how I am. I get interested.
Yeah.
I find something I'm interested in, and I'll read every book about it, all of them. You're mocking me.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying, yes, I know. No, but it was just lovely, and she did such a good job, and I think she's gonna get
Best actress.
Best actress. I think she's getting 2 nods.
That's gonna come her way though.
I think that she's gonna get nominated for this one, and she's in another one.
And I've never
too.
been a hater. So
No,
some
I
people
love
hate
her. I
Never
love
been a
her.
hater.
Good for her, and she's having a baby this year too. She's
God
pregnant.
bless
And she looks phenomenal on the red carpet. Pregnant, like girl, killing it. Go in, out the way.
girl.
Okay, Wait.
We just,
Hang
Tucker
on.
is going to run.
Okay, so no, let's go back.
Okay.
And let's talk about them sitting around the table of Tucker, Massey, Marjorie Taylor Greene,
And a bunch of other miscellaneous.
poor, the sad toys that have
The
been
broken, the
thrown
children
aside.
of the Broken Toy Island.
That they are kind of getting together and they're saying they're gonna form another party. Okay.
Guys, somebody asked.
Let's have the,
How
we've
hard it
talked
is.
about that before, but let Rick talk to you guys about how hard it is to form a third party. Let
So, as one of the few
Come
people you
Jesus.
will ever meet, I have run a third-party presidential campaign in 2016 for Evan McMullen.
Yeah.
No matter how much you think you can do, you cannot. Putting a third party together on the ballot in this country is so hard. I don't care if
in
it's
every
left,
single
right,
state, you've
or
got to
center.
do it.
You have 50 states and all the territories, and they all have different laws, and every one of them is governed by either a Republican or a Democratic governor and legislature. And by the way, the states that hate third parties the most are the most liberal states. They will fight you tooth and nail to keep a third centrist party off the ballot, especially a centrist party. They will fight you till the end of time. In Republican states, they will fight you to the end of time. Tucker, in my mind, cannot put a third party together, and I'll tell you why. The clock. The clock. If you started 5 years ago and you had a billionaire saying, okay, here's
Impossible.
here's $1 billion.
Possible. Yeah.
Go out in the states. You have to do petitions.
Mm-hmm.
You have to do legislative work to get the legislatures to approve it. Sometimes you have to get the governor to approve it. It is so fucking hard.
Good.
And look, do I think the duopoly deserves to have more competition? I absolutely do. But in the very few places where third parties have gotten on the ballot, the immune system of the duopoly tries to kill it. And that is Republican parties and Democratic parties alike try to kill third parties.
And here's the thing. If it doesn't get in all 50 states, it's useless.
Yeah, correct.
So do you think, okay, here's a question.
I mean,
if they wanted to do something,
mm-hmm.
do you think they could take over like the Libertarian Party?
There are state parties that can be
Because-
either bought. I bought one before. That's not terribly ethical, but I have bought one before. There are ballot lines that you can convince these parties to put you on their ballot.
That's what I'm saying. Like, could they take
Like the Working Families Party in New York puts the Democratic nominees sometimes on their party line, sometimes not.
Because that would be easier because they're already on the ballot,
Right.
so they could just take.
Now,
that
so I
line.
want to say something about independent candidates running. It's different than independent presidential campaigns.
Mm-hmm.
Independent candidates, Seth Bodnar, Sullivan, who's the guy in Nebraska? Osborne in Nebraska. They have a good chance, okay? Because the Democratic Party brand in those states is not so great. But a national campaign where you get electoral college votes, which is the only thing that counts, no matter what you think about the electoral college, that's the rules. You can win the popular vote by a bajillion votes, and it doesn't make a bit of difference in America today. It is in the Constitution.
Yeah.
That is how it works. Change the Constitution. You want to try that? Good. Go for it. That'll be 20 years from now. We'll see you then. But my view is that Tucker's playing a different game. And I'm going to peel the curtain back. I'm writing a piece about this, but I'm going to tell you the secret.
Okay.
I think Tucker is blackmailing J.D. Vance. And he's going to say, you give me 3 cabinet seats, and they have to be the Department of State, the Department of Defense, and Department of Education or something. I want 3 cabinet seats for my people. I'm going to be Secretary of State. Fuck you. Or I'm going to run on the Republican ticket, and all I have to do is go to Iowa and Nebraska and New Hampshire, South Carolina, and spank you in one of those places, and you're fucking done, bro.
And he got cash too.
He's got cash. He's got name ID.
And
And
people
and by the way,
like him still.
by the way,
Gee.
when they go to Iowa,
Mhm.
and it's 20 Republicans, because it won't just be Vance and Rubio, it'll be Vance and Rubio and Ted
Ted
Cruz
Cruz.
and Josh Hawley and
Mhm.
Tom Cotton and
Marco Rubio.
yeah, I said Marco.
Marco.
And you know who's else is making noise about running? The dog killer's sister, Huckabee Sanders, is talking about running.
Oh, for love.
Ron DeSantis, Nikki Haley, add it up. There's going to be 10 or 15 people in that race, and even if 4 or 5 of them are serious, Don Jr., even if 4 or 5 of them are serious, Tucker has higher name ID than all of them except maybe Vance,
Yeah.
and he's got higher faves, I think, than Vance does.
Yes.
This is a world where I think he's going to blackmail or extort JD Vance into adopting his America First, isolationist, whatever. And I'm sorry, that's what I'd do if I was Tucker, and I'm smarter than the average dog. There is Benita Pajarita. Listen, there are a lot of things we can do to make America a country that works better. And the Electoral College that Democrats hate so much right now.
Yeah.
I want to draw a future for you, just so you think about this for a second. You hate the Electoral College right now because Florida, Ohio, Texas, and Pennsylvania tend to vote Republican. California, New York tend to vote Democratic. Illinois tends to vote Democratic. And once you're with those states, you've pretty much got, half the vote already taken care of, right? There's a universe where the trend lines continue, and Texas in 5 or 10 or 20 years is a deep blue state because all the old white boomers are dying out in Texas and Florida. Okay? You will like the Electoral College if Texas and Florida become blue states. You will like the Electoral College when Ohio, when they age out and become a more blue state.
Yeah.
The Electoral College had a purpose then, it has a purpose now. It is a flawed mechanism, but you don't want to play with the popular vote because there are more of them, raw numbers, than will make it comfortable for you in most elections. And they're going to be around for a while. They're spread out further than you think. And we do live in a federalist society, not the club of Leonard Leo, but a federalist system as aligned by the Constitution, defined by the Constitution. Work the problem harder. James Carville said in 1992, we didn't break the Electoral College, we just picked the lock. Learn to pick the lock. Anyway, I'm gonna end the lesson on the Electoral College. It's so exciting. I know people love to hear me talk about the Electoral College.
People love to talk about the Electoral College, and it comes up all the time, especially around elections. So, no, I think it's good to always talk about it because
Thanks, Rex.
we need refreshers on it. Because everybody is just like, get it, toss it. And it's like, we have to talk about it.
Yeah, well, look, there are going to be conservative parts of this country forever and ever, amen.
Yeah.
And that's okay. You should be okay with that. You should welcome a diversity of people across the country and learn how to campaign for the votes of everybody, from the left to the right to the center.
Yeah.
There really is a future where the rather cliched campaign systems of the past are abandoned at long last.
Wow.
We're in the death throes of a lot of that stuff.
Can we talk about this? I get you, Lisa Unger. Does Jill Stein still exist, and will she be resurrected?
Jill Stein is going to be back, baby. She's always back every 4 years.
I can't. Is Tulsi going to run too? Or
Tulsi is the new Jill Stein. Tulsi's the new Jill Stein.
No.
Mark my words.
I bet you they'll both be there.
Jill Stein's getting up in age. Jill Stein's like 80 years old, 90 years old.
Like that stopped any of these.
Good Lord. Well,
wow. What else?
We went through the whole list.
Hang on. Do we have anything?
Yeah,
Florida?
We did that.
Did we talk
We
about
did all that.
Florida?
Yeah.
What else? Oh,
Somebody asked about Arkansas. I have not seen that poll yet, but it would not surprise me. Tom Cotton is not. He is. That's a guy who just lacks that charisma. He's in office because he's in a red state, And it sounds like she's running a good campaign against him. I have not dug into that race, to be perfectly honest. I'll come back with you an answer on that next weekend.
What else in happier news? We're back. It was a hard week after travel, y'all, to jump right into it and
Yeah.
have like a week of, ooh, I had to catch up at work. A lot was going on. We have a lot going on.
All I can say about Josh Hawley is if you play the grinder notification in a room, and he'll whip his head around.
Stop it. For everybody who is, just shout out to anyone who is graduating summer term from a college or university. A lot of graduations are going on right now, so best wishes to anybody who is doing something amazing and graduating. Bless you. It's also time to, this week, starting tomorrow, is orientation in Leon County. Oh, here's one thing about Leon County. Orientation starts tomorrow. Teachers are already back. Please remember those cameras are on. And
Oh, yeah.
the cameras are on and they want more of them throughout Leon County. If you don't know what I'm talking about, those school zone cameras. Those,
Not just flocks.
and not just flocks. So the school zone cameras are on in the morning, yes. In the afternoon when school gets out, yes. But they're on all day. So they gave out an ungodly amount of tickets last year.
Yeah.
Those cameras are on during school hours too. So please be careful and do not speed through those even during the day. Because you might get a big fat ticket in your inbox because they send them to you, and they're like $100 or $200 a pop
Good
or
Lord,
something.
Elton's awake now.
Elton's awake. So please be careful. So the traffic is going to get really bad. Those of y'all are on Meridian. The light at Lakeshore is active. If you haven't driven north or south on Meridian,
Freaks me out. For 20 years, I've been going past that thing and no light.
It's a lot. But school starts this week. So that means congestion. Leave a little early. Give yourself a little grace because it's madness. The first day of school is Wednesday, so just hang in there. Also, this week is also dorms open for FSU, so it'll be chaotic downtown. Be kind. There's a lot of parents visiting maybe where you live, dropping their kids off at school.
Good point, Sue Meyer.
Just please be helpful and just be gracious. A lot of
Yeah.
parents are going through a lot of stuff. A lot of people are dropping their kids off for their first time at kindergarten. I remember those days. Be sweet to your coworkers and neighbors whose first time their babies are going to be in school and away from them. The mama, we went to the Mama Tears breakfast, and we cried with my girlfriends when our babies went off to school. So be kind to your neighbors and think about things. Watch
You can
out.
always send young girls to convent school and boys to military school. It's a perfectly legitimate option.
Be thoughtful to people, and people will be a little scattered this week. There's a lot going on. So watch in school bus stops
Yes, I
start
did,
on
Brandis.
Wednesday. So watch the little people and especially the middle schoolers. I'm just saying because they like to step into the road.
With their phones like this.
So y'all be very careful driving because there's a lot of kids and people finding new pathways to places because they got to drop kids off at school and there's a lot going on.
Yep.
So just be careful.
The Iran war will go on until it stops going on. And that means we have to withdraw. Sorry, that question popped up and I had to answer it. But you are a civic-minded person.
I am. And I'm thinking about, everything. So just y'all be patient with people. There's a lot going on and emotions are high this week. There's a lot of, I remember when my son drove to school because he had to drive to school because we were out of zone and he couldn't take the bus. So he drove. And there's a lot of new children, and I will say that, children drivers on the road. So y'all seriously pay attention. Seriously.
Yep.
On all those fronts. And the weather is bad and the roads are slick and these children are driving at 7 o'clock, 6:30 in the morning and in the dark. So
Be careful.
please be careful. Love one another. Take care of your
Do that-
neighbor.
do that
Do
good
all the
stuff.
things.
For all the people who noted in the comments that I married up and I have a beautiful wife, you are absolutely correct on all those counts.
I think I did pretty good too.
You did okay.
Thank you.
I'm all right. I
He's
clean up okay. I am. I'm like a giant bear at
We're
night.
good. We're doing good, and we want to say we appreciate you guys and thank you
Very
for all the
much.
support. It's a lot, and we thank you for being part of like our community.
Yeah, a lot of folks joining us from Twitter today. I'm sure we're getting some hate mail
Oh
from
God,
Twitter.
I'm scared.
Here we are. But yeah, almost 10,000 people across the platforms
I
on
got
today. And
called some ugly things this week on Threads, so I'm just letting it go.
luckily the guy has 8 followers. Because if
but-
she went after him, it would be the dick punch of his life. And it would not go well for him.
Anyway, but
Yeah, well,
no, thanks for tuning in,
Yeah.
and we appreciate you guys. We're gonna try and do Saturdays, like at around 4.
around 4.
We're gonna try.
And so remember, if you want to get notifications on this, either click on either subscribe on YouTube,
Yeah.
which we're growing that channel, which is kind of cool, or go to my Substack Against All Enemies and sign up for a free subscription. That will get you on the notifications. It'll ping you when we're going to go live, and give you a schedule when we're going to go to do live events. So
Oh, Monty Mater, girl,
we love her.
I love
We love
that
her.
woman. She is, and I got to meet her, and she's just as great in person as she is
Yeah, she's phenomenal.
online. She's so good.
Phenomenal.
But I think that's about it.
I think we're gonna wrap it up. Have a little
Yeah.
dinner. I've got to get a little bit of packing done.
We
It's
got
a-
our
it's a quick
we got
trip.
our voting stickers. I don't
Yeah.
know. I'm gonna bring it closer to the camera. I don't know. Well, this way. Hang on. There we go.
Oh,
Up.
there you go. There you go. Locked in. right there.
Everybody was like, "Wow, Leon County got cool voters," because normally it's just the flag and say I voted. These are really cool. Celebrating 250 years of democracy. I guess that's why everybody is on the 250
That's right.
train. But and I
Yeah.
have my WOMAT shirt on.
Oh, yes.
You don't. I can't see it
Here,
because
sit
of
up.
the thing.
Here, let me, well, I can't even clear it.
Here's a shout out to WOMAD Festival. I think a woman when I was voting today, I think she thought it was like women are mad. I think that's what she thought it was, and I was like, no, it's WOMAD. It's a festival. It's Peter
World music.
Gabriel's world of music and art and all the things. But WOMAD. So I love early voting. And I am
Inverted on YouTube. Okay, good to know.
a voting person. Y'all do you, but I like to go. I like to say thank you to everybody. I like to have my ballot counted. I like all of that.
Yeah, oh, it's fun. All right, folks.
Yeah.
We're gonna go. We're gonna go because we're getting up at 3:30 in the morning. You don't have to take me. I will drive the car. I'm fine.
It's okay. I have all the wobblies.
You want to take a cab with us?
No, I don't think Elton wants to. He's a little grumpy today. I
He's
think
grumpy.
a little sad.
He's grumpy.
It's rainy, so they're all get a little
Yeah.
Anyway.
All right, everybody. We love you. We appreciate you. We'll see you next time.